Welcome to the first video in my quadcopter build series. In this video, I will be telling you about how to build a quadcopter of your own. So, the first thing that you will need is to choose the components for a quadcopter. The first thing is a frame for a quadcopter. There are many frames available in the market. You can either buy one or even make one of your own. But just remember one thing in your mind. If you are making a frame for your quadcopter, then please make sure that it has all equal weights in all the four sides, and that it is perfect and it does not break if it comes and hits on the ground. Then the next thing that you will need are these brushless motors. Four brushless motors that are needed for your quadcopter. Then you will need propellers for your quadcopter. Then electronic speed controllers or ESCs for running these brushless motors. You will need a flight controller and a transmitter and receiver. And of course, and importantly, a lithium polymer LiPo battery for powering all these things. So firstly, I won't be putting up how to set up this. I have used a 450 frame for this is a 450 frame quadcopter. I have used a F450, and if you want to buy any of these items, I will put the links to these in the description. And also, if you need a guide for choosing the best frame for your need, motor or electronic speed controller, flight controller or transmitter and receiver, then there are each individual video that I have put of my own, which will tell the tips that you should keep in mind while choosing these components. I will put the links to that video also in the description. So I have chosen a 450 F450 frame for my quadcopter. So I won't be putting up the video of how to install this frame. It's pretty simple. Either it comes with the manual, or if you just keep the four arms away in the base plate and the top end plate and put all the Allen key screws. It's just that there is no hard in it. And just install the battery in between these two plates. Just put it using the cable tie, or a strap will also be coming with it. If you can use the strap, then use that strap also. Put it between these two plates and mount the flight controller on the center of gravity of this top plate. Mount it there. Then you can put all the four motors in there are places for putting the four motors. The screws also come with the frame. Put the four motors and solder the wires to the electronic speed controller and tie it using a cable tie. So there are solder pads in the bottom plate. In those solder pads you should solder the 4 ESCs. There are plus minus, 4 plus minus. You should double check the polarity and solder it. And there is another pad for putting this connector. You can use XT60 or any connector, Daniel connector or anything. You should put that in this middle plus minus pins, solder that, and then connecting the battery to your quadcopter. So this frame comes with inbuilt power distribution mode. So that is, it has an inbuilt PDB that gives power equally to all the four ESCs. And the first thing before moving on is that you should choose, if you are using this transmitter, FSCT6B transmitter, then you will need to program it using the computer, the subtrims, endpoints, everything for getting the correct output. And you should also put it in the acro mode than the heli. We don't know which mode it comes with. So let's go to the computer and program it. So if you have bought this FSCT6B, you will get cable for programming it. You should connect this to the back side here, this port, this trainer port of your FSCT6B. Just connect it and then plug it with this USB cable to your computer. You will also get one CD with this So firstly you should install the software for programming this FSCT6B. So put it into your computer, put the CD to your computer. There is some loading time. Open folder, and in that you will see three options: Windows, and this is the manual. So if you it is essential if you want to know more about the transmitter, the functions, and on the sites and all, fly sky site and all, then you can read the manual and see. So for having the configuration, you should click on this third button, T6 config. When you click that, this icon will come. Click yes. And then click next, next, and at last finish. So you will have your T6 config ready. So here the shortcut will come, T6 config. So if you open this tab T6 config now, it will show invalid port number. That's why that is because your transmitter is not connected to the computer. So firstly connect the transmitter to the computer, and if you connect the transmitter at first and then also you open the T6 config, nothing will happen, it won't work. That is because even if you connect the transmitter, this red LED in this USB cable shows that it is successfully connected to the computer. You should switch on the transmitter. Then after switching it on, then if you go to T6 config and move the sticks, you can see the third channel throttle is moving, fourth channel is moving, second, first, fifth channel, sixth channel I have not used it, so no problem. The switches are also moving. So now the first thing that is, go to setting. If it is not moving, then choose the correct COM port. If at any case these are not moving, even if you switch on the transmitter and connect, just choose the correct COM port. Then the next thing you should know is go to type and see, select acro. If you are using a multi-router, select acro. Sometimes it will be in Heli 120 or Heli 90. Select acro, hit OK. Then if you move, for example, if you move the joystick to left and if it is moving to right in the computer, then what you should do is that go to reverse and hit reverse. For example, if I am for channel 1, you can see it is moving in the right way. If I hit or click it and OK to OK, if I use it, though, look, if I move to the left side, it is going the other way. So reverse. That way you should correct it. So I am making it the right way. And the end points you should say here I have kept it 120. That is all your need. So end points you can change it, the values from 0 to 120 you can change it. And here's the subtrim. Subtrim is the main part that you will need while you are using programming the flight controller in clean flight. That I will tell you in detail when it comes to the programming. You can change the values from 120 to minus 120 for all the channels in this. Then DR, we have nothing to do with DR. Then go to stick. This is the model that you will get. So I have the model 3. The throttle stick is on the right side for me. So if you are having the throttle stick on the left side, then you should select model 2. You can there are 4 models available. Even though the four models are available, you should always check the throttle stick. The throttle stick is the one stick that doesn't have that spring action. So you should check that and then only select the model. So mix is used for mixing the channels, the switches and the channels. Here I am, you can see VRA written over here. VRA is for this potentiometer here, that is the VRA, and I have set VRA to channel 5. You can see this VRA is set to channel 5. So if I move this, I will get channel 5. That's why when I turn this, channel 5 is moving. Like that you can use the up rate and down rate. And switch A is also used for switching this. So if I put the switch off, then it doesn't work. You can see. If I put the switch on, it's working. Off, it doesn't work. You can put the switches also for that. That's mix. And switch program, there's nothing to do with. If you want to save these settings, then click save. Save, create a folder and save it. That's all. So this is about how to connect your TCS config, install the software and program your TCS config. So the next thing is about programming your ESCs. So let me take the code and come, and we will see how to program the ESCs. So here's the drone, and if you are using the same ESC with the BL Heli suite, then you can use this programming. So firstly you should download the BL Heli suite. For that you should just go to Google Chrome, and just otherwise if you are going to Banggood, the best way is you go to banggood.com and search for this ESC, Racer Star Lite ESC. Then in that area itself you will get a manual where it tells in the manual it tells where to download the BL Heli suite. Go to that site, just download, and you will get the zip file. So I have already downloaded it. Go to downloads and let me get it. Here BL Heli suite. So double click it. Just go to this tab, BL Heli suite.exe. If you go to that tab, there's some loading time. So in between that I will show you, this is the SP Racing F3 flight controller, and it needs this micro USB cable for connection. So you can use the one that you will get with most of the phone chargers. You can use that cable itself. So just connect that with your flight controller. There is a USB port in the flight controller. Connect it. And then connect it to the computer, and you will see lights flashing on it. So here you can see the BL Heli suite. It is loading, still loading. Stop it. So when you open this BL Heli suite.exe application after connecting the flight controller, then at this point the bottom icons are not working. What you should do, go to select Atmel or Scilabs interface, go to Scilabs BL Heli bootloader clean file. If you are using the same ESC, just choose the Scilab BL Heli bootloader clean flight. If you click that, you will see these icons coming here, and choose the correct COM port. For it was COM1, but it's the Silicon Labs. This is the correct COM port. Keep the baud rate same and hit connect. So it is connected successfully, and the read setup button is for reading the current setup in your ESCs. So if you click read setup, found multiple ESC, okay. Serial interface, connection to ESC failed. So the problem is that if you want to get the setup of your ESC, then you should power the ESCs. So firstly connect the LiPo battery. So actually when you power the battery, you will get the sound, you will get some more sounds, but now this time it just goes this much. That's because it's using the programming mode. The ESCs are in the programming mode, and you can see in the flight controller the red light has stopped flashing because the F3 chip is used for programming this ESCs. So now you hit read setup and you can see the setup comes up. So this is the setup of ESC1, and here you can change everything. You can put startup power, direction, motor direction, you can reverse it also, bidirectional, reversed. If you put normal means the same way it will turn. If you put reverse, then the motor will turn the reverse way. Bidirectional means halfway for the throttle it will go in the normal way, and in the other half of the throttle it will be in the reverse direction. Bidirectional reverse means it's just the reverse halfway it will go reverse, and then the next half it will go normal. So this is for the ppm output. Here I have a PWM receiver, so I am not caring about it. So this is the beep volume. So you can set it up high or low. The beep of the sound that you will hear when from the motors when you are connecting it. So don't put it too high, otherwise it will make the motors and ESCs so much heat up, and it will cause very much problem. So I am keeping it like this. This is ppm. So motor timing, the timing shows that the speed at which the motors will start the response of the ESC. So I am keeping it as medium. So low RPM power detect, you should keep it on so that you can see if the motor, if there is any problem with the motor, then you can understand it. Then brake on stop, this was what I told earlier. If it is off, then you should of course keep it on. Then beacon delay, it is the delay in the beeping of the motor. So if you have changed all this, then click right setup. So since I haven't wrote anything new, the message is displayed. Otherwise you will have all the new settings written, and then you can disconnect it. You can see the sound. Then these motor tabs, since we are already calibrating the ESCs in the clean flight, we don't need the motor tab. Just don't care about all the other tabs. So this is about like this. You should configure each ESCs. So firstly go to select Atmel or Synapse interface, select this clean flight interface, then hit connect, hit read setup. Okay, you are heading. So GL30, that's the firmware that's used in one important thing. If you want to update firmware, then go to flash BL heli, and in this flash 2 you should select GL30 is the firmware. You should select GL30 itself, don't select anything else, otherwise you will burn the bootloader in your ESCs. Select it as multi itself and go to the latest version. I am choosing the latest available VL heli version. That means itself. Then hit OK, and you will flash the ESCs. It is flashing. ESC1 is flashed. So all the settings are written. So this is ESC2. Flash ESC2 also like this. Always update the firmware. because it is very nice to have the latest firmware. It will give the best output. Okay, yes, this is the third one. Okay, last the fourth one. Yeah, it's finished. So flashing is finished. So this is all about configuring the BL-Helios ESCs for your multi-counter, and in the next video I will be telling you about the main thing, configuring your SP Rising F3 flight controller in clean flight. So stay tuned for the second part of this.